Cryptosphere, what's cracking? This is Cryptogenic coming at you, aka Crypto G. Today is Monday, February 15th. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I am on the beach in Central Coast, California. You might hear the waves behind me. My wife is still asleep in the room. It's beautiful out here, enjoying a little rest and relaxation, a quick Valentine's Day trip for me and the honey. But I want to tell you a story before we jump into these charts. In 2005, March of 2005, I journeyed to Indonesia, went to a city called Banda Aceh on the northern tip of Sumatra. And we were there to aid in the humanitarian efforts of cleaning up after the tsunami that hit on March 26, 2004. The most devastating thing that had ever hit that region before. I talked to so many of the natives there, so many of the residents there who told me their story. And one of the guys said the wave was taller than the palm trees, about 60 feet high, and it was traveling more than 500 miles an hour. I mean, the moment you saw the wave, it hit you the very next moment. You didn't have time to get away. The wave, that tsunami that hit that city, destroyed more than a 3-mile radius of land, crushed the city. And I had never seen such devastation before in my life. I mean, there were cars, vehicles that looked like they had been turned upside down and crushed under the foot of a great giant, like a Coke can. Buildings destroyed, houses flattened. There were boats sticking out of the 3rd and 4th story windows of buildings. Not only that, there was a huge barge that had been 5 miles out in the sea, and the wave picked it up, carried it 1.5 miles into the city, and dropped it down in the middle of the city on top of houses and cars and people and everything else. And that barge is still there to this day. There's no way to get it out of there. I mean, it was a life-altering event. I had never seen such destruction, such devastation before in my life. But one of the things that people kept telling me that was really peculiar to me was what happened before the wave came. And what happened before the wave came was a huge pullback. Like all of a sudden, the ocean receded about 2 miles, and there were all these fish left flapping on the shore. And the people who actually got devastated by the tsunami were the individuals who were lured to chase the pullback. That is, they saw the ocean receding, and they saw these fish lying on the shore. And the temptation was, free fish, let's go grab these free fish. And they ran out and they grabbed their baskets, and they started filling their baskets with all of these fish that they didn't have to fish for. It's too easy, right? But the more wise and discerning individuals saw the pullback as a sign of something devastating that was coming. And so they ran toward the hills. And the people that chased the pullback didn't have time to get out of the way when the tsunami came. Now, what we've begun to see over the last couple of days is the pullback before the tsunami. And it's not even the full pullback. It's just kind of the offshore breezes of this pullback. But you'll get devastated if you chase the pullback. What does that mean? There's a lot of people, whenever there's a pullback, they think the market is crashing, and so they start selling their coins, and they start thinking, I'm going to sell my coins, and then I'm going to try to buy them back at a lower rate. And what ends up happening is you chase the pullback. You start selling your coins because you think the market is crashing, and then all of a sudden the tsunami hits, and you end up losing out. You don't have time to get back in the water quickly enough when the wave comes. And let me tell you, folks, the wave is coming. A major wave is coming. Now, if we look at this Bitcoin chart right here, we can see just on the macro perspective, you can't even see the pullback on this chart. And that's why I like looking at weekly charts, monthly charts. I like looking at the macro perspective because that way I don't have to get all wrapped up and all caught up in the volatility of what's going on. Remember, long-term viability is always greater than short-term volatility. If you are invested in assets that are viable for the long term, then you don't have to worry about short-term volatility because you're invested in an asset that's going to make you a huge profit in the long term. But here's what I'm really excited about If you look at this Bitcoin Cash chart, now this is a daily chart. Actually, I'm going to take this and look at it in the 4-hour. Look at this Bitcoin Cash chart. Let's see if we can open up a little bit more. Pullback? What pullback? I mean, if you're looking at Bitcoin Cash, there hasn't been a pullback. $756. You know what? Oh, the only thing that's happening here is Bitcoin Cash is catching up with the rest of the market. I mean, Bitcoin Cash was way behind. I said it in my video 3 days ago. Bitcoin Cash is a sleeping giant, folks. Don't sleep on Bitcoin Cash. And I'm telling you, this giant is just waking up. Now, is it too late to get into Bitcoin Cash? I don't think so. I think we're going to see Bitcoin Cash even from here at least 10x and potentially 20x by the end of this year. And not only that, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, Bitcoin Cash is going to 50x, maybe even 100x, maybe even more from here. I think Bitcoin Cash is going to be $150,000, $200,000, $250,000 in the next 3 to 7 years. I mean, it's going to be absolutely crazy. And, you know, a lot of people are asking me this question, like, is it too late? I mean, you know, when you look at some of these assets, like, what are we looking at? Theta Token. You know, I was buying Theta Token at 69 cents, and now it's $3.44. Well, I see it going to $20 at least. Actually, my target for this year is $40. So if I'm right, it's going about maybe 12 to 13x, 14x, 15x maybe between now and the end of the year. So there's still a lot of bandwidth in these assets. But here's the thing. A lot of people are asking, is it too late? Are we too late? No, you're not too late. You're not too late. It's not too late. This is just the beginning. This is not the time to run scared. Every dip is a moment for accumulation. That's the time for us to continue accumulating more. That's what the dip is for. Buy the dip. Buy the frickin' dip. That's the way to do it. Oh, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. When I say buy the frickin' dip, that's not financial advice. That's my motto. I'm speaking that to myself. I'm only telling you what I would do. But I actually have a free ebook that I'm offering you today called Cryptogenic's Road to a Milli. Because this is simply an exercise in seeing the macro perspective. What I lay out in this free ebook are 3 scenarios, a 1-year, a 4-year, and a 7-year scenario for making $1 million in the crypto space with an investment of as little as $100. And so if you're new to the crypto space, this ebook is exactly for you. It's written with you in mind especially. If you're freaked out by pullbacks in the crypto space, this ebook is for you. And I'm going to give it to you for free. I have a free Telegram group that I'm going to invite you to join. The link is in the description right now. If you click that link and join my free Telegram group, I am going to give you a free copy of this ebook, hot off the presses. And I believe it'll help you. So I would encourage you to sign up for my Telegram group. Also, you notice that I've got a little join button there next to my subscribe button. And I am creating 4 new streams of content specifically for individuals who join my channel at 4 different levels. And so please check that out, click that button, and just read about the different levels and see if each one of them, see if any one of them fits what you're looking for. However, I'm going to continue to make videos for the masses here on this channel. I'm going to continue to make videos that everyone can benefit from. I'm not going to simply make members-only content. These are simply additional streams to what I'm already providing. All right? But let's look at this XRP chart. This is the macro perspective. If we look at the macro perspective, I don't care if it goes up or down within this triangle. The only thing that matters is whether it breaks bullish out of it or bearish out of this triangle. And I'm expecting it to break bullish out of this triangle. So the volatility within the triangle is inconsequential to me. I'm looking at the macro perspective, and the macro perspective for XRP is still very strong. Here's another sleeping giant, EOS. I called out EOS a few days ago, I believe, in my video when it broke out of this triangle. I'm not sure if I said it in my video or if I just told my patrons about it. But when it broke out of this triangle, I'm calling $13 here in the macro perspective for EOS. And I think actually it's going to go much higher than that in the long term. I think it's probably going to hit $50 by the end of this year. So that's at least a 10x there for EOS by the end of this year. And then Litecoin, of course, we're looking at Litecoin. I see a macro move of Litecoin to $936 by the end of this year. I'm real excited about that. It's been great to see this little breakout happen here in Litecoin. But listen, folks, we're getting ready to see a greater pullback, I think. I really believe we're getting ready to see a greater pullback. But don't sweat the pullback. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of the pullback. The pullback is a sign that the tsunami is coming. And what tends to happen is we get scared out of the water because of pullbacks. Hold fast. Hold the line. HODL. And let's get this money. Are you feeling me? And so, as always, it is my conviction that you'll live a much happier life if you make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. And with that being said, this is Cryptogenic signing out.